Hey, casual tutorial time. Anyway, this video is based on a request that I got on Reddit, and that was to cover red triangles. So I'm just going to cover the very basics of red triangles. I don't think that any of the tutorial series cover red triangles pretty much at all, other than just maybe brief mentions of them. So in order to talk about red triangles, it's best to first talk about green triangles. So a green triangle looks like this. Okay, it's a good looking trick with the caveat that if you drop it, you end up with your string tangled up and you'll probably have to unscrew your yo-yo in order to get it out, or you can use a toothpick or something. Which is particularly a problem when you're doing things like suicides, where there's a high risk that you'll end up dropping the string. Those tricks tend to score pretty well in things like contests because they're very risky and they're difficult to do. But when you're practicing, having to unscrew your yo-yo or having to get out your toothpick or whatever can be pretty annoying. So it's a good idea to learn your red triangle. And you can practice your suicides with your red triangle. You can also just practice your suicides just with the trapeze, but I'm not very good at that. So anyway, yeah, you just saw me fail a trapeze suicide. So red triangles. A red triangle is a triangle that doesn't get tangled up when you let go of it. So here's a red triangle, let go of it, the yo-yo is still good. And as you saw right there, I would say the easiest way to get into a red triangle would be hold your trapeze, rotate your hand, grab the other string, pull it through. You're now in a red triangle. And with this red triangle, you can practice your suicides with it. I was actually really surprised that I made that. It was starting to get tangled up. But with suicides, it's pretty important to keep your tension right. But, so that's an example of something where I was able to catch that red triangle suicide there, but I almost missed it because the string wasn't acting very nicely. If that was a green triangle, I might have lost it. So there, that's another red triangle suicide. The idea for a suicide is that you swing the yo-yo down around. When it's starting to go up, you let go, and then as it's coming back down, you catch it. The main thing to watch out for when you're trying to do that type of trick is you want the yo-yo to be going fairly slowly. You want its arc to be sort of going up and then down, and your goal is to catch it about when it's near its top or sort of just as it's starting to fall. That way everything is moving as slowly as possible. But so the red triangle is very good for practicing those. So you swing this down across the bottom and you stick your finger in. You have to use your eyes for this. You really have to be looking at where the yo-yo is going. Another suicide that you can do with a red triangle that you usually don't want to do with a green triangle is the that one. So 360. The idea is that you throw the slack forward, so it goes around behind the yo-yo, and then you catch it when it comes back. Okay, and you'll still be in a red configuration there, so you'll still be able to just get out of it super easily by letting it go. And that's another one that's a little bit trickier. That's one that you're going to have to work on. The idea is that you pull your non-throw hand forward and bring your throw hand backwards slightly in order to keep everything in line. You see, if you drop it, it's really not that big a deal because it's red. And that wasn't quite right. See if I can... Yeah. Anyway, it's difficult. That's kind of the point, you know. You're doing it in a red instead of a green triangle because it's difficult to do. Anyway, you've seen me mess it up a few times, but I would say the easiest way to dismount the red triangle, other than just letting it go, because it's red, you can just let it go and you're fine, is to swing it out to the side and then undercut with your non-throw hand. So, there. Anyway, a couple more things about red triangles is, if you know the trick gondola or monorail, that trick involves getting into a red triangle. So, the way that works is getting into the Houdini mount, pinching here on top of the throw hand, you swing that slack through the front, then you pull that through the loop. So now you're in, I don't know if there's a name for this kind of triangle, I guess we'll call it a monorail for now. Then you let go of the throw hand thumb, and you're in a red triangle. Which from there you could do a suicide, or you can just dismount however you want. Another way to do that, rather than getting into the Houdini straightforward like that, the way that I like to do is to go in from trapeze and his brother, with use your thumb on this side. Then that's how I like getting into this Houdini mount. I mean, it's a Houdini mount-like sort of thing. Then you do the same sort of configuration, and you're in the red triangle. So TLDR on this move is the red triangle is a triangle that doesn't get knotted up when you drop it. It's good for practicing your suicides in either the normal sort of trapeze suicide direction or in the 360 direction. And that's, it's a useful move. It's easy to dismount out of, and it's almost as cool looking as a green triangle. Green triangles are, of course, more impressive, but these are a cool thing to be able to do also. And anyway, if you liked the video, let me know. If you disliked it, also let me know. The lighting isn't perfect today. I just moved into a new dorm at a new school, and so I'm still getting used to everything, so I didn't have time to set up the lighting perfectly. Eventually I'll get that better figured out. I might end up trying to do this stuff outside. And anyway, if you liked it, try sharing it with your friends maybe. If you have any requests, as I said, this one was from a request. Feel free to let me know, either in the YouTube comments, which should be in my pants, or on the Reddit thread. Anyway, if you have been watching, thanks.